Hello again, third grade, and welcome to lesson 11-3. In this lesson, we're going to work some more on solving two-step word problems, and we're going to be looking at all different operations. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all of those are going to be in the questions that we're going to look at in this lesson. Now remember, you've done all of this already, so none of this is going to be new information. This is just a review, so don't worry, it's all going to look really familiar to you.
How can you solve two-step problems? Jill can rent a car and GPS device for $325 for 7 days. What is the cost to rent the car for a week without the GPS device? There are two operations needed to solve this problem. To solve a two-step problem, you must first find and answer the hidden question. The hidden question is, how much does it cost to rent the GPS for 7 days? Let A stand for the cost to rent the GPS for 7 days. Which equation can be used to solve the hidden question?
Select your answer.
So here, let's stop and think. If it's the same amount for 7 days, so we're going to do 7 groups of 9. So 7 groups of 9 is equal to 7 times 9. So our operation over here is going to be multiplication. It's not 7 plus 9. It's not 9 minus 7, and we're not dividing. We're trying to figure out over 7 days, and we're paying $9 each day. How much is that going to be?
7 times $9 equals A, which equals $63. It costs $63 to rent the GPS for 7 days. Write and solve an equation for the problem. Let B stand for the cost to rent the car without the GPS for 7 days. $325 minus $63 equals B, which equals $262. You can use compatible numbers and mental math to estimate. 7 times 9 equals 63. 63 is close to 75, and 325 minus 75 is 250. 250 is close to 262, so the answer is reasonable. It costs $262 to rent the car without the GPS for 7 days.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our notes and our guided practice. Now here, 11-3, solve two-step word problems, all operations. Remember to always find and solve the hidden question before you try to answer the main question. Now, let's take a look at an example question together. An aquarium has 75 clownfish in a large tank. The clownfish in the graph show how many more clownfish were added to the tank. How many are in the tank now? So we annotated our question. We started with 75 clownfish. We know that more were added, and our main question is how many are in the tank now? Now we have a pictograph here, and we can see the clownfish. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 triangles. And each triangle we can see over here from our scale. Each triangle is equal to 5 animals. So there's 5 groups of, or sorry, there's 9 groups with 5 in each group here. So 9 groups of 5 each. We're going to use this to draw a bar diagram and write an equation. So our hidden question is how many more were added, A is going to be my variable, to the tank. So we have our 9 groups over here, and each group represents 5. So there's 5 in each group. All of that is equal to A, the total number of clownfish that were added. So A is equal to 9 groups of 5, or 9 times 5, which is equal to 45 fish that were added. So now we're going to answer our main question. How many clownfish are in the tank now? So I'm going to use a new variable. I'm going to use T to be my total number of fish. And I'm going to draw a bar diagram. So T is equal to 75 clownfish that were already there, plus the 45 that were added. That was the answer to our hidden question. So t is equal to 75 plus 45, which is equal to 120. And that tells us that our total number of clownfish in the tank now is 120. So remember to draw your bar diagrams neatly, put your whole number on top or your variable that stands for the whole on top, and identify what your variable is. So tell me what it stands for. So T over here, I told you, is the total number of fish. Up here, A, I said, is how many were added to the tank. Let's take a look at another example. Martha has 12 stamps. Tony has 21 stamps. Tony divides her stamps into 3 equal groups. She gives one of the groups to Martha. How many stamps does Martha have now? What is the hidden question? Okay, so I need to stop and think. My hidden question is going to be how many are in each one of Tony's groups, because we know she had her 21 stamps that she split into 3 groups. So each group, how many is in each group? I'm going to use T as my variable and say that T are the stamps in each of Tony's groups. So I know there's 21 in all, and she divided them into 3 groups. So I have 3 sections on my bar diagram, with T being the same number because they're equal groups in each one of those sections. So looking at my bar diagram, I know that my equation is going to be T is equal to 21 divided by 3. Now you can also think of this in the opposite way. 3 times what will equal 21? So we find out that T is equal to 7. So Tony has 7 stamps in each one of those groups. Now I need to think about my main question. My main question was, how many stamps does Martha have now after Tony gives her one of those groups? So Martha's stamps, M, is going to be the total of Martha's stamps with the one group from Tony. M is going to be Martha's 12 stamps plus Tony's 7 stamps. So M is going to equal 12 plus 7. 12 plus 7 is equal to 19. So we find out that Martha now has 19 stamps altogether. So what I did was I identified my hidden question. I picked a variable. I drew a bar diagram. I explained what my variable was and wrote my equation, and I solved it. Then I used the information from my hidden question to solve my main question, where again, I figured out what they're asking me. I picked a variable and I said what the variable stands for. I drew a bar diagram, wrote an equation, and solved it, and then I wrote out my answers. Let's take a look at our guided practice for this lesson. Question number 1 says, Dottie says you can also use 63 plus B equals 325 instead of 325 minus 63 equals B. Can this be used to get the correct answer? Well, yes, because we're just looking at this equation in a different way. We're solving for B in a different way. If you look at these as part of a fact family, you're just arranging it a little bit differently, but your answer will stay the same. Number 2, when solving a 2-step problem, why should you answer the hidden question first? Because we need the answer from the hidden question to solve the main question. And number 3, how much would it cost Jill to rent the car for a week with the GPS and DVD player? Now, we're going to use our variables. D is going to be the DVD player for 1 week, which is going to be, the equation for that is going to be 6 times 7 is equal to D. The GPS for 1 week costs $9, so that's 9 times 7 for the GPS. And the car for 1 week we found out was $262. So I'm not multiplying because I already found out from the example question in our video that we spent $262 for the whole week for the car. So my total cost is going to be the car plus the GPS for a week plus the DVD player for a week. So my total cost is going to be T is equal to 262 plus 6 times 7, which is the DVD player, plus 9 times 7, which is the GPS. So I'm going to solve these. So 262 plus 6 times 7 is 42, plus 9 times 7 is 63. So my total cost is going to be $262 plus $42 plus $63. So my total cost for the week with the DVD player and the GPS is going to be $367. That takes us to the end of our guided practice for this lesson. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.